Hello, this is Stefan from Extreme Media with an insight video in our media suite. This video is about our xTranscode product. So here at the computer, I've already opened the browser. I've navigated to our demo platform, xdms.extrememedia.com. And there I have access to all the various products from the media suite. And this tile to the top right is the xTranscode. xTranscode is an application that is made in this particular case to drive transcoding processes based on watch folders. It is a generic application, means it runs jobs across different type of processing systems. This very moment we have connected two, but there are others, and you will see this over the time to come. So let me show how that all works. Here you can see we have currently two watch folders configured, and the first one is in error stage. Easy to spot why, because it's just halfway filled in. Let me see the second one, and we can just open that and we can say we want to edit it. And this gives us a dialog where all the basic information is configured to start a transcoding job. So the watch folder has a name, it has a path where to watch for new files. We have an engine that we want to use for the processing of that files. In this case, the Nablet Media Engine is selected. Could be also the Capella Cambria FTC transcoding farm. Then both systems have specific parameters to be defined, like a priority that applies to most of the systems. And then we have a preset that we want to select from. Here in this particular case, we have an HDF-A01A preset selected. That is an MXF file according to German specifications of the public broadcasters here. We give it a submitter name that is simply to identify who has sent these jobs. And then obviously we have an output path. And that is on this machine, the D drive. Could be typically more like a NAS storage. We have a naming convention for the output file. You can see we have a base name, so the source file name becomes part of the target file name. We can add a timestamp, for instance, and we can have, in this case, like an identifier at the very beginning, says this is all about videos that we do as a demo on IBC. Simply then I say update, and I have created that watch folder. That's it. When I put in a file into that folder, then transcoding starts. And we can see this in the job queue manager. What is, at the end of the day here, the second tab in this navigation? What is our job monitor? And here we see all the various jobs that have been running in the very past. And for instance, here at second row, we see some that we can easily see. Starts with IBC, so these are files from these watch folders that have been processed from this NAS storage and have been then delivered to this output folder and was performed by the media engine in this case with a priority number 1, and we see when it all has happened and the progress or failure messages. Yeah, basically that's it. Here in the job monitor, we can see all the jobs that have been running, that have been successful, that have failed, that are currently queued, that are waiting. When we move back to the watch folder setup, we have some additional functionality. We can say a watch folder job is to be paused that very moment. So means it is not executed, no files are detected, so will not be touched. We can say, okay, we want to resume that. We can delete folders, we can edit them as I have done earlier. We can create new ones, what brings us up this configuration dialog. Here on the very right-hand side, there's again a log. And the purpose of that log is that we see all the watch folder actions that are currently running, especially all the error messages. At this very moment, it's empty. So this is mainly for the administrators to do troubleshooting when something goes wrong or nothing is performed. Yeah, basically that's it, what I can show you about xTranscode this very moment. Thank you so much for watching.